It's another hot and muggy day in Miami, and the roof is closed as such for comfort at Marlins Park. Today we've got a good matchup in store between the Atlanta Braves and the Miami Marlins. Live baseball here on MLB Network, and it comes your way next. Here's Ender Inciarte. He will lead this one off today.
Leading off for the Braves, center fielder number 11, Ender Inciarte.
And we are underway this afternoon as the first pitch is over for a called strike one. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And that one stayed too low apparently. Swing and a looper to left. Ichiro shading to his right. One down.
Batting second,
Adonis Garcia digs in now. Career numbers against Chen. He's only 1 for 10. Here's the first pitch to him. A curveball that catches the inside corner. Time for a look at our umpires in this one. Behind the plate is James Kingsley.
Well, Kingsley's a consistent and fair umpire, Matt. Sometimes he might give a little on the corners, but it doesn't ever seem to impact the game too much.
And there's ball one. One out, nobody on. And he lays off for a ball. 2-1. Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Now a ball fouled down the right field line out of play, so that'll move the count to 2-2 now. Even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swing and a high pop up back onto the outfield grass now. Echeverria is in his tracks now. 2 gone.
Batting third.
Here's the first baseman, Freddie Freeman. First chance for him here in the top of the first with nobody on. Here comes the first pitch. Takes a knee-high fastball.
Well, Matt, I'm looking at that 0-1 pitch right there, and I'm thinking he got lucky. I mean, that ball down and in, that's right in his wheelhouse. Some guys, that's a good spot for him. That is not a good place to flirt around with. I wouldn't do it again.
Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Checks his swing, but this will be strike 2 call.
We are watching him reach back and just challenge it with the fastball. Now we got a 1-2 count, and that's 3 fastballs in a row.
Swing and a miss as the slider sets him down for the final out of the inning. Here's D. Gordon now. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Leading off for the Marlins, second baseman, D. Gordon.
First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball 1. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Santana sprinting after it. He tracks it down. A nice running play, and there's 1 away. Time now for a glance at the Marlins lineup card in this one. HR, how do they send their fan base home happy here today?
Matt, have you seen this guy throw? Whew, he is electric. What do you got to do against him? I think you got to attack him early. He's just too overpowering. His stuff is electric. He's got one of those great power arms that we'll talk about for years to come. You got to take it to him before he takes it to you.
And that pitch catches the inside corner.
I guess he's really trying to measure that fastball in his first at bat, but you really never want to put yourself in 0-2 count if you could do anything about it.
Now a swing and a fly ball. And they can't run it down. Here's another 0-2. And another foul ball. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And this one's tapped foul at home plate.
He's just fouling them off till he gets something he wants to hit.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Popped up. Freeman is there for it. 2 down.
Batting third, center fielder, Christian.
Standing in,
Yelich.
Christian Yelich. No one aboard for him, and 2 gone here in the first. Into the windup and the pitch. There's a knee-high pitch that catches the zone. The windup and the 0-1. This is swung on and lifted down the left field line, but it'll get back into the crowd as he jumps ahead of him now. 0-2. That misses, says the home plate umpire. 1-2. Where it misses, I'm not quite sure. Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. A swing and a drive to center field. That one's got a chance. Ranging back is Inciarte. Off the sculpture. It's a home run.
Wow, not every call is going to go your way. And there are some pitchers that pitchers think are pitchers' pitches, and you don't get that, and it puts you in a bad spot. And you could tell that it affected him. He was fuming, and he really wanted that last pitch. And the result, he lost focus and made another bad pitch.
Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Looking to put him away. Here's the 0-2. Ground ball left side. Defense set up perfectly. Throw in time, and the side is retired. Marlins get a run in the inning on this home run from. So here's Matt Kemp now. Career numbers against Chen. 2 hits in 7 tries. He's taken him deep once. Second inning starts with a fastball that misses. It's 1-0. The pitch. Lays off a fastball that doesn't miss by much, and it's 2-0. Too high, and it's 3-0.
Well, he was definitely looking fastball here, and he got one. But that was good discipline to lay off and get himself into a 3-0 count.
And that's in there. 3-1. Here it comes. Now he gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Now here's the pitch. Hit high in the air down the right field line. And there is the first hit of the ball game for the Braves.
Well, he got jammed on that one right there, and he's just strong enough to muscle it into right field for the base hit. It's going to be a line drive tomorrow in the paper.
Phillips.
Here's Brandon Phillips as he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike.
Pretty good pitch to hit there that he let go. I know it's early and they're probably wanting to run his pitch count up, but he may not get another pitch like that to swing at the rest of the game.
And he pulled up in time, but it's a called strike 2. Set to deliver on 0-2. Here it comes. And a wild pitch here as this one's to the backstop. And forget about the double play now as he'll move up to second here on the wild pitch.
And I think that's the case of the pitcher being a little too preoccupied with the speed at first. He lost focus on making the pitch and throws an absolute scud. The irony, of course, is the runner's now on second, and he didn't even have to steal.
Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. And this one's in the dirt. And a nice job to keep the runners at bay as the count moves to 2-2. He's set, and the 2-2 pitch. This is flared out towards second, and this is taken for the out.
All right, time for majestic defensive alignment for the Marlins.
Batting six.
In this day and age, when teams are moving all over the place playing the shift, these guys are old school, very traditional. You don't see the shift applied very often to this club.
So striding in, Tyler Flowers, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. In tight here with the first pitch fastball. That's 1-0. And that one stayed up a little high. Here he comes on 2-0. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Yelich is there now, and he has it. 2 gone. And no tag at second. He'll head back there with 2 away now.
Batting seventh. Right fielder.
Digging in the switch hitter, Danny Santana. Career numbers against Chen. He's hitless in 6 tries. Comes set. Now the pitch. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. Comes set with the 0-1. Breaking pitch, and this bounces in front of the catcher. And that's taken for a called strike 2. Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. Swing and a ball lifted in the air toward the line and right. Stanton is there, and he'll put it away to retire the side. At the plate, Justin Bohr. He'll lead things off here in this 1-run contest.
First baseman, Justin
And a
Bohr.
fastball's in there for strike 1. And another strike. Good fastball under the hands. It's 0-2.
Pretty unusual that you see a 5-0 hitter take 2 strikes in a row. Typically, those are some of the most aggressive batters in the lineup.
Swing and a line drive. And this is called a foul ball. Maybe by a matter of inches that time. And now let's hold on a second here. It looks like the umpires are going to converge, and there may be some question as to whether or not that was really a foul ball. You can see him pointing down the right field line, and I would not be a bit surprised if they decide to go inside to have a look at this, and indeed they will do that. Okay, the umpires have emerged from the dugout with the ruling. And it is going to remain a foul ball. So they had it right the first time. But if there's any doubt, go inside and get this thing right. Right side and right into the shift. And he'll step on first himself for the out.
All right, here's how the Braves line up defensively, brought to you by Majestic. And at first base, Freddie Freeman. Freddie can pick it, man. Throw the ball in the dirt. Freddie's coming up with it. And don't be surprised he does the splits on you every now and then.
JT Realmuto comes on with 1 gone here as he looks at a called strike 1. On its way, the 0-1 pitch. Lifted in the air out to right. Moving under it, Santana, 2 gone.
Batting 7th, left fielder.
Here's Ichiro now. His career line with Foltynewicz, 2 for 3. Into the windup and the pitch. Runs up to bunt here, but he missed it for strike 1. Line to the right side. Santana is there, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Marlins. We played 2 innings. It's 1. A great shot there of the blue waters and long sandy stretches of Miami Beach. Back now for the top of the 3rd inning on MLB Network.
Dansby Swanson.
Here's Hechavarria at shortstop. Throw to first in time, and the leadoff man is gone to start the 3rd.
Batting 9th, the pitcher
coming to the
26.
plate now, Mike Foltynewicz, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. Right over the middle, knee high. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Takes a look at a strike over the inside corner. 1 out, nobody on. And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2. Now a swing and a miss here as he's down on strikes. So it's 2 up, 2 down to begin the 3rd.
The batter
at the plate, Ender Inciarte. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Leaves a slider up high, but it's taken for a strike.
With 2 outs, they're not playing him to bunt here, and he didn't show it there, but I wouldn't be surprised if he wasn't at least thinking about it. He handles the bat pretty well, and he can definitely run.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. And this one will be out of play off to the left. And wow, tough to lay off the fastball there, but it's 1-2.
Boy, it's hard to sit on an 0-2 fastball. I think that pitch just locked him up a bit. But lucky for him, it was just a little out of the zone.
Lays off 2-2 now.
Kind of pitching him backwards in this AB. Soft stuff early, then those last 2 were fastballs, trying to get it right by him.
2 out, nobody on. He got him. Lively fastball that time, and it puts an end to the inning. Braves are set down. Here's Hechavarria now. He'll get us going in the home half of inning number 3.
The shortstop, Adeiny Hechavarria.
Into the windup and the pitch.
Nope,
Ball 1.
Ball. Counts 1-0.
Here it comes, 1-0. Late that time for a strike.
Now, a mid-90s fastball's no joke, and that's proof right there. He threw it right by him.
Ready with the 1-1 pitch. Just a bit jumpy that time, swung on and missed. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Santana moves over. 1 out.
Batting 9th.
Stepping in,
Catcher.
Wei-Yin Chen.
Wei-Yin Chen.
First pitch coming. Here it is. This ball's hit in the air down the right side and out of play. 0-1. Now the 0-1. Way in front of a great slider that time.
Count 0-2.
Bases are empty, one man out. Inside and high with that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, tried to throw a high fastball right by him there. Didn't work, but now we'll see if that sets up some different options. Wouldn't be surprised to see a good slider down and away right here.
Oh, and he can't catch up to the fastball as he swings and misses for the second out.
Man, I love watching a pitcher that just rears back and blows smoke by a guy at the letters. That's the ultimate challenge pitch, and for me personally, watching hitters swing and miss, man, that's a sight of beauty.
Stepping in now, D. Gordon, as he sends it on the ground to first. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. Miami down in order, but they hold a 1-0 lead. Into the box now, Adonis Garcia. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
Adonis Garcia.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. Fooled him a bit as this is hit high in the air towards right center and shallow. Stanton has the best view of this one, so he'll take it for the first out.
Up next for Atlanta.
Digging in to try it again, Freddie Freeman comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. First pitch fastball swung on and missed. 0-1.
Man, I tell you what, I love how he's pitching right now. He has continued to pound that first pitch for strikes. When you do that, you set yourself up for great success.
Slider, and that's in there for strike 2. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. And he missed with it. It's 1-2.
So he threw the slider darting away to him 2 times in a row. Now I don't think he'll go for it again. I'm looking for something hard inside on this pitch.
Ripped down the first base line. A dive, but he can't get a glove on it. It's through for a base hit.
That is a great 2-strike approach. Spread his legs out, kept the hands back, and just punched the ball through for a ground ball base hit.
Matt Kemp.
Into the box now, Matt Kemp. And a check swing. Did he go around? No, says the first base umpire. It's ball 1. Ready with the 1-0. A fastball that finds the outside corner.
If you're able to locate your fastball like that, you're going to have a good game. I'm not surprised to look up and say he's having a good game right now because he's been spotting that fastball pretty good most of the game.
Now Kemp awaits the 1-1. And the changeup is way low that time.
The intent with that changeup away was one thing and one thing only. Get a double play ball. Nice job to lay off it at the plate, though.
He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. Now a ball fouled down the right field line out of play, so that'll move the count to 2-2 now. He's set. Here's the 2-2. And now a slider in there for a called third strike, and there are 2 gone now. Digging in for his second at-bat, Brandon Phillips. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. And a bit too high with that one. It's 1-0. Hit back up the middle. Echeverria's there. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. One left for Atlanta. They still trail. Striding in once again, Martin Prado. He popped out in his first trip.
Baseman, Martin.
Outside target here, and he hits it for strike one.
The difference maker in this outing than others is the two-seamer. He's doing whatever he wants to do with that ball. It's moving all over the place.
The 0-1. And now a slider in on the hands, and he's lucky that one didn't come and get him.
And that ball's not intentional. That was not even a fastball. Relax, relax now, people. I know we get excited when the ball's up and in.
In for a strike, and he jumps ahead 1-2 now. Just a bit high that time as he misses for a ball. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. A fastball here, and this is softly hit and fouled off to the left. All even at 2-2. Here it is. Here's a ball swung on and lofted in the air out toward right center. And he'll get over to... Oh, it kicks off his glove. How did he do that? So problems out there in right field as this is going to wind up going as an E9. In is Christian Yelich. And he's off to a hot start in this one. Homered his first time around. Swing and a miss, 0-1. One run, just one hit, and no errors in the game for the Marlins. Swing and a miss way behind the big fastball.
Don't speed up his bat here, Matt. Two fastballs, he blew right by him. I would have to come right back with another fastball. Let's see what he does.
Swing and a miss on the slider, and that's out number one.
Well, that's just a quality pitch right there. The location was excellent because if it's put in play, there's a good chance it's on the ground for a double play. And hey, a strikeout always works too.
He's set. Here it comes. Swing and a ball hit softly on the ground. Here's the 0-1. Line drive to center field. Inciarte is there to put it away, and the runner will be forced to retreat back to first. And he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move up.
First baseman.
At the plate, Justin Bohr. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. In there for strike one, 0-1. And now a stoppage here as a balk has been called, and that could wind up being a costly one as it'll move that base runner into scoring position now with two away. One run, just one hit, and no errors in the game for the Marlins. And this is fouled back and out of play. Two quick strikes, and now the 0-2. Sent on the ground out to second. Phillips is there. Throw on to first, and that error won't come back to haunt him after all. Marlins leave one, but they're up 1-0.
Leading off for the Braves.
Here now is the catcher, Tyler Flowers. He's in to get things going here in inning number 5. Swing and a miss at a first pitch changeup, 0-1.
Well, you know you've got it working on the mound when they're swinging right through it, even when you're putting it right down the middle of the strike zone. Not the greatest of game plans, though.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. A fastball that he's way out in front of. A swing and a miss.
Boy, that's a tough two-seamer to hit right there. Usually that two-seamer will start in on the hitter and tail away, but that one started at the middle of the plate and broke off. Uh-oh, look out now. That was a pretty good pitch on a pitch he doesn't throw very often, or I should say hasn't used in this game, that's for sure. That was a good pitch.
Shoots this one over to first. Bohr takes it in. And he'll step on first for the out. 3 unassisted.
Now batting. Right
Ready
fielder.
for another chance. Danny Santana. He's 0 for 1 thus far. And they start him with one high and away for ball 1. Now here's a shot out toward the gap in right center. Santana will take the turn and head for second now. Around second now and headed for third. The relay throw, the tag, and he's called out trying to stretch 2 bases into 3.
Oh, you hate to see guys run into outs, especially when it's because of an unnecessary risk. He had 2 all the way, and he clearly should have just been happy with that.
And next will be Dansby Swanson digging in. He swings and hits it foul off to the right and out of play. Started to go around there, but he holds up ball 1.
You know what, Matt? He's been getting most of the pitches. I know he's complaining a little bit on this one, but he's been getting most of the pitches today. He should be feeling pretty good about himself.
High in the air out towards shallow right. Stanton is under this one, and that will retire the side. Down in order. Stepping in and ready for another shot, JT Realmuto. He'll look to light a spark under this lineup that hasn't found the scoreboard since back in the first inning.
Yeah, and for me, the story has been the starting pitching they faced. It's been very difficult to rebound and, quite frankly, dominate after getting roughed up a bit in the first inning of a start. So I'll give him a lot of credit for what he's been able to do.
Ichiro.
Stepping into the box, Ichiro Suzuki comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. First offering to him stays upstairs. It's a ball and no strikes. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. And here's a ball hit in the air. Santana on the move. He gets there, and that's the second out.
Now batting.
Here's Echeverria now. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. And he takes a pitch right down the middle.
Well, that's 2 quick outs, and he's got a low pitch count. Really being aggressive in the zone has forced him to swing the bats. He's economically low in that pitch count. He's got a chance to go deep in the game.
And a sliding attempt at first, but this sneaks by him, a base hit.
Now, that's a nice base hit right there. Don't overlook this guy just because he's down at the bottom of the order. He's a pretty good hitter.
Wei-Yin Chen.
Standing in now, Wei-Yin Chen. Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. Freeman is there, and the side is retired. 1 left for Miami, but they're on top 1-0.
Leading off for Atlanta.
Digging in to try it again,
26.
Mike Foltynewicz. He's 0 for 1 thus far. First pitch of the inning is taken downstairs for a ball. It's 1-0. Couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. Ooh, good changeup, just missed inside.
Well, this is not the way you want to start the inning. You got the opposing pitcher leading off, then you fall behind him 2-0, and he's probably going to sit there and say, throw me 2 or 3 strikes before I swing the bat.
2-0 pitch on the way. Takes a high fastball for a strike.
I like what I'm seeing right now. In, and then goes away. If you pound him in early, it opens up the outside half of the plate, and that's what he's doing right now.
Swing and a ball hit foul as this will find the seats in right.
Tell you what, his spot has been the outside pitch right there, and now we're late in the game, and he continues to pound the outside pitch, and it's really working out for him.
All even at 2-2. Here it is. Softly hit here to the left side. And the pitcher's got himself a base hit. So it's an inning opening base hit, and the Braves have a man on.
Well, he's pitching well. They send him back up to the plate,
Up
and what does he do?
Atlanta.
He rewards him with
Center
a base
fielder.
hit. So this is a great game for him so far.
Here's Ender Inciarte as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike one. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. The 0-1 pitch. A high fastball is in there.
Well, he's got a double play situation right here. If he can get the ball down, everything's been up. So I'm not really looking for a double play. It might take 2 or 3 hitters to get out of this jam.
Working for the punch out and the offering.
Nope.
And this pitch is up and in as he backs away. It's ball 1.
Well, that'll wake everyone up. Anytime you buzz the tower like that, there's reason for people to start getting a little bit edgy.
The 1-2 pitch. And there's a pitch that just misses the inside corner.
Hey, that's a good job right there. You very rarely see pitchers double up where they go a pitch inside. Normally, they'll go back outside, but he followed that up with another pitch on the inside part of the plate.
From the stretch. And this is in the air down the left field line and into foul territory. And they can't run it down. Now another 2-2. Bat explodes as this has popped up. And he'll steer clear of the flying debris to make the catch here for the first out. Adonis Garcia digs in now. It's been an 0 for 2 effort for him to this point. Now a fastball on the inside corner, and he takes a look at strike one. Here comes the 0-1. Slapped hard the opposite way. And that will fall in front of Stanton. It's a base hit.
That ball's right in his wheelhouse. You may as well take out a tee, set the ball right there, and say hit it as hard as you can, because that's what he did.
Freddie Freeman.
Here's the first baseman, Freddie Freeman, as the first pitch to him is swung on and missed for strike one. He's working on a 1 for 2 game so far. He's set. Here's the 0-1. Strike two at a pitch that catches the outside corner.
There's 2 pitches in a row, Matt, that were away. If this is any indication how he's going to pitch him the rest of that bat, he's saying you're going to beat me the other way. Nothing inside for him to pull. If you want to hit it, take it the other way.
Way outside. 1-2.
He's pitching him with the respect of the power-hitting left-hander that he is. If you're going to beat me, you're going to beat me the opposite direction. I like the strategy.
Looking for the K. Here's the pitch. Ball 2.
It looked like he tried to get him to chase on that pitch there, 1-2. A good idea, but I think now he has to challenge him a little bit. He doesn't want to get into a worse situation with the cleanup guy up next.
Fastball. Whoa, look out. That just about got him in the coconut.
Boy, that's a good pitch right there. The old school guys would call that a little bit of chin music up and in. See if he can get him to move off the box a little bit.
He's set. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss, and they'll dodge a major bullet that time. 2 away.
I really liked it. He gave up nibbling out of the zone trying to get him to chase. That wasn't working, so he just reached back and fired a good old country hardball fastball right by him. No better feeling in the world when you're a pitcher than throwing a fastball right by a guy.
So here's Matt Kemp now, as he will take a look at a fastball in there as that strike zone expands just a little. It's 0-1. 1 for 2 in the ball game thus far. Trying to hold the lead. Here's the delivery. And that misses. 1-1. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Starts to go around, but the home plate umpire says he held up ball 2.
Well, I know the last thing he wants to do is load the bases right here, so the pressure is on right now to get back in the strike zone.
He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. Just a bit high that time as he misses for a ball.
Well, he falls behind 3-1 right now, but man, he is really throwing the ball well. He's been attacking them all game.
Ready on 3-1. Here it comes. And he misses with it for ball 4. So the bases will be loaded now with 2 away.
That's a big no-no. He obviously had to work carefully with 2 men on, but he did not want to walk him to load the bases. Now he's really got his work cut out for him. We'll see how he fares here.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Brandon Phillips. One of the bigger spots in the ball game so far. Bases juiced now with 2 away. First offering on its way. And here's a fastball called for strike 1.
After the walk and with runners on the bags, he couldn't afford to fall behind here. Nice job of jumping ahead with strike 1.
Bases are loaded here, 2 down. Late on the fastball there as this one skied out toward right. And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. Striding in once again, D. Gordon. He'll lead it off as we start the home 6th.
Second baseman, D. Gordon.
Watches a fastball right there for strike 1. Well, he's having a good amount of success here, Dan, even though he hasn't really gotten a ton of swings and misses.
Yeah, but for him, Matt, he's more of a pitch to contact kind of guy, and obviously it's working so far, and the way he pitches, it really keeps his pitch count down.
Hit on the ground to third. 2 is left. Garcia, and the throw to first is in time. 1 gone.
Third baseman, number 14, Martin Prado.
Martin Prado now 0 for 2 here to start the afternoon. Into the windup and the pitch. Tough slider over the inside corner for a strike. Boys, we see the pitch count. It's hard to remember the last time we saw a guy pitch this efficiently.
Yeah, Matt, it's incredible to watch him go after guys. He's forcing a lot of early contact, and they haven't done a whole lot with the balls they put in play against him.
And a liner foul into the seats down the right side. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Hit to short. On to Freeman at first, and there are 2 away now.
Now batting, center fielder,
Christian Yelich will stand in again, but first we'll flash you back to the very first inning of the ball game. And here you go, a solo home run that had him off and running early on. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Takes a look at one catching the outside corner. Here's the 0-1 pitch. A wave and a miss, a tick behind a good fastball.
He's not messing around this inning. He's attacking the zone. He's showing lots of confidence. He's 0-2 on this hitter after having 2 quick outs. Nice job.
And strike 3 called as he says, you got to be kidding me, with the side retired. 1, 2, 3 go the Marlins. Ready for another shot now. Tyler Flowers. He'll start the 7th, and Dan, as a former pitcher yourself, you must be enjoying this. Lots of good pitching and defense today.
Oh, that's one of the keys. We're seeing a lot of strikes. We're seeing a lot of swings. We're seeing some great plays on defense. This has been a snappy one up to this point.
Some action out in the bullpen. Couple of right-handers starting to loosen up. Hit to third. Oh, look at Prado. The throw to first. Hats off to that one.
That was a great defensive play there. You know, he's not the guy you'd necessarily expect to make a play like that. He's not known for his glove skills.
Into the box, Danny Santana. As he'll take a breaking ball in off the plate for ball 1. A hit in 2 at-bats for him at this point in the ball game. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. That one's going to find the seats. Strike 1. Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole. Ready on 1-2. Another one sent foul.
Well, that's 3 foul balls in a row. He's definitely battling up there. Well, I think he's trying to get that 2-strike fastball out of the zone. Just caught too much of the plate right there. Fortunately, he fouled it off instead of putting it in the seats.
Yelich is underneath this one, and he's got it for out number 2.
The batter, number 7.
Ready once again, Dansby Swanson. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far. First pitch coming. Here it is. And there's one well above the zone for a ball. The 1-0 delivery. Drilled right back up the middle. Fielded by Hechavarria. And a super play to gun his man down as the side is retired. The dangerous Giancarlo Stanton will get the first shot when we return. It's the Marlins 1 and the Braves nothing. Giancarlo Stanton now. He's batting cleanup in this one, but will get us started here in the inning as they look to wake up the bats.
Yeah, not much to get excited about with just a single notch on the scoreboard, but you have to give credit to where it's deserved. The pitching on the other side has been really impressive.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Swung on and missed. Outclassed by that fastball for a strike.
He's been getting ahead in the count all game long. I think the key has been working off his fastball.
Here's a late swing and a miss. Strike 2.
Well, that's 2 impressive fastballs. 2 mid-90s fastballs just reaching back saying, I dare you to hit it. Finds himself in a nice 0-2 count now.
Inside, as that perhaps will back him off a bit. 1-2.
You know, there aren't many guys that could just spit on an 0-2 pitch like that. Maybe it fooled him. We won't ever know, but it worked out.
Ready on 1-2. Fastball stays way up that time for ball 2.
Boy, if you're going to throw a pitch like that to this guy, you have to make sure it's up above the zone like that. He can't do a whole lot with that, but if it were a little lower, he can and will make you pay big time.
Now a ball crushed high in the air, deep to left, way back there, and that one is long gone. It's a solo blast off the bat of Giancarlo Stanton. And the Marlins have taken a 2-0 lead. I'm sure you know what's coming after that bomb. That's right. Let's check it out on Show Track. And as the numbers come in, we see it was projected at over 450 feet. An incredible home run to watch.
Up next for the Marlins, first baseman, Justin Bour.
Stepping in now, Justin Bour. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. And so now the Braves will get both a left-hander and a right-hander up and throwing in the bullpen. Right on that pitch that time as he wraps it into center field, a base hit. Standing in, JT Realmuto. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one.
Realmuto.
First delivery to him on the way. This is hit down the right field line, but it's going to get out of play for strike 1. Oh, 1 count. Here's the pitch. Right over the middle, knee high.
2 strikes.
Line to the right side. In there, a base hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
Nice job of hitting the ball where it's pitched. There's no way he's able to take it through that hole if he tries to pull it. Stayed with it and drove it into right field.
Now time is called as both guys in the bullpen are ready to go. On his way out to the mound now is the Atlanta skipper, and he's going to make a move as that's going to be all for his starter this afternoon. He'll leave after 6 and at the very least kept his club in it to this point. Jason Mott comes on now and he'll take over with nobody out in inning number 7.
Jason Mott.
Here's Ichiro now. He grounds it sharply to third. Phillips for 1. Back to Freeman, not in time, and they'll just get the 1. So they avoid what could have been a costly double play there.
Yeah, and that credit the batter for busting out of the box. and hustling down the line instead of getting mad at himself for rolling over on a ground ball. It's little things like that that can change the whole game.
Digging in once again, Adeiny Echeverria, a hit in 2 tries so far. Now a check swing, but it's strike one anyway, says the home plate umpire.
First and third, you know he's going to do everything he can on the mound to roll up a double play ball. On the other side, he's got to be looking for a mistake up in the zone that he can drive in the air and pick up a sac fly at the very least.
0-1, here it comes. And this ball's heading for the seats down the right side as the count will move to 0-2 now. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. And no one can get there. He'll try it again.
That's a big fastball, obviously, and we're going to see this reliever throw it a lot.
He's ready. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Struck him out. And now they'll likely need a base hit to get that runner home from third.
It's never a good look to strike out looking, but it's way worse when you do it with a guy in scoring position. Those are the times you really want to see a guy battle and at least put the ball in play.
Ready for another chance? Wei-Yin Chen. He's been great on the mound, so we'll see if he can do something with the bat here as well. He's earned the chance to take this at bat.
Yeah, Matt, when a guy's throwing the ball as well as he has, it kind of forces the manager's hand to stay with him. He's been exciting to watch, and he's really had this crowd behind him the entire game.
He's set, and the pitch. Over towards the dugout, but this one will get into the stands. Here comes the 0-1. And that pitch catches the inside corner.
Obviously, he wants to help himself out right here. With 2 strikes, that's going to be difficult to do. Let's see if he can put the ball in play.
Runners on first and third, 2 away. Lifted in the air to center field. Inciarte's there, and that ends the inning. 1 for the Marlins on the. So striding in, Jason Mott, and he's getting his first plate appearance here in the 8th after entering off the bench just a little bit ago. And now we'll take a moment here at home plate as he asks for time. Emilio Bonifacio is going to be asked to get things going here as a lead off the top of the 8th.
Emilio Bonifacio.
Outside target here, and he hits it for strike 1.
Well, Matt, we talk about first pitch strike, right? Look, it's not great what he's been doing, but he's over 60% of the time. First pitch is going to be a strike. That's a nice little nugget to have if you're the starting pitcher.
And that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit. Leadoff hitters aboard, and that means the tying run will come forward here in the late innings.
Matt, that was the sixth hit of the game. They haven't hit a lot of balls hard. At least that one was hit pretty hard right there. Maybe they're starting to get to him. Maybe that's an indication they're figuring things out.
Now the Marlins skipper's up out of the dugout on his way to the mound, and it would appear he's seen enough of his starter this afternoon. So as he departs, he'll remain responsible for the man left aboard, but he cannot lose this one. Junichi Tazawa is on to pitch here in the eighth with nobody out.
Number 25, Junichi Tazawa.
Here's Ender Inciarte. He represents the potential tying run if he can launch one or find a way around the bases.
Yeah, Matt, I kind of doubt he's thinking about going yard, even though that would be the best result they could hope for. He's not a long ball threat, and he knows it, so he could just be looking for some way to keep that line moving.
Here's a cold strike about thigh high, 0-1.
This is the situation where there's a lot of pressure on the infielders if the ball's put in play on the ground. Both the guy at first and at the plate are burners, so a double play is going to be tough. Even getting one out could be a challenge.
0-1, here it comes. And this will ricochet off of him on the mound. And a great job to stick with it here as he gets the first out of the inning. Brad Ziegler comes in unexpectedly from the pen in relief of his injured teammate.
Brad Ziegler.
Adonis Garcia will be the first to greet him here as he'll stand.
Adonis Garcia.
First pitch on its way. In the dirt here. The 0-1 on its way. Ground ball sent back up the middle. A step on the bag for one. On to first, it's a double play. As their woes continue, the inning is over. One hit's all they get. Home half of the 8th, straight ahead. Miami's out in front, 2-0.
Your attention, please.
So a new pitcher set to take over now, and it's the Washington-bred left-hander Eric O'Flaherty that gets the call. D. Gordon started to go around, but it's a called strike, 0-1. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Leaves a slider up high, but it's taken for a strike.
That's your classic front door slider. It doesn't break like you expect it to, and all you can do is freeze as a hitter. And he got the call.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. One away.
Third baseman, number 14.
Into the box now, Martin Prado. His prior history versus this arm, and he's a perfect 3 for 3. Ball one. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. A shot down the first baseline. And he'll step on first himself for the out.
Now batting, center fielder, Christian Yelich.
So stepping in, Christian Yelich. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. Now a fastball to start things out. Didn't miss by a lot, but it's 1-0. Here it comes, 1-0. Looks at a two-seamer right down the middle. Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. Got a big pass at a slider that gets past him. Line drive to left, and that'll get down for a 2-out single. Giancarlo Stanton will get a chance in the inning following the base hit.
He's got to feel good about himself. A multi-hit game. He knows he's been struggling. We know he's been struggling. Maybe this is the start of good things to come.
Giancarlo Stanton now, as he'll take a tough pitch on the outside part of the plate for strike one. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. Ready with the 0-1. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. He's ready. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And this ball's chopped foul at the plate, and that'll hold the count at 0-2. Ready with another 0-2. And a good two-strike swing here as he's been fighting off some tough pitches, but the count will remain at 0-2.
That's probably not what he wants to do with 2 strikes right there with the fastball. He is fortunate he just fouled it off.
Chopped weakly to the left. And the inning is going to continue here as he reaches on an infield single.
Up next for the Marlins.
Digging in and looking for more, Justin Bour. His prior history in this matchup, 1 for 3. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Ball hit high and foul down the left field line. It's strike one. The 0-1. Check swing, but he held up in time. Ball one.
That's a great check swing. That's tough to hold up on that pitch. It looks like a fastball, and the slider just breaks away from you. He's held up, though. Strong hands.
He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Now a ball swung on and heading for the stands in right, and that'll move the count to 1-2 now. Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. Hit hard on the ground towards second, and that's through into right field for a base hit. Yelich rounds the corner and is headed home, and he's out. Beautiful throw home to cut down the run. Marlins strand. A.J. Ramos comes on from the pen, hoping to finish this one off here in the top of the ninth. Here's the first baseman, Freddie Freeman. And Ben, what's gone wrong for this lineup today? They're only 3 outs away from being shut out.
Boy, you know, I just haven't seen a lot of fight in these at-bats. Now, of course, plenty of credit goes to that pitching, but the effort on the offensive side has been pretty lethargic watching from up here in the booth, Matt.
Yeah, I would imagine it feels the same from watching in the stands in this one. Here's the 1-0. That's inside. 2-0.
Talk about certain guys in the lineup that you want to be really careful with. This guy right here is one of those, and you can tell he's pitching awfully cautiously.
Here comes the 2-0 pitch. And he holds up here, but the pitch is a cold strike anyway.
Tying run stands on deck, but it'll only matter if the guy in the box can get on base.
Yeah, and that has to be his mentality at the plate right now, Matt. He can't be the hero, so he needs to do what he can to give the guy behind him a chance to be the guy.
This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Yelich is under it. And he hauls it in for the first out of the inning.
Up next for Atlanta.
So here's Matt Kemp now. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. First offering on its way. And he's in front of a tight little slider that time. Set to deliver the 0-1. A softly hit ball here, foul off to the left side, and it's strike 2 now. 1 out, nobody on. Just does manage to get a piece there as this is bounced foul. Here comes another 0-2. And he just barely makes contact there as this is fouled at the plate, and it remains 0-2. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. Another foul ball, and this battle will continue. Bases are empty, 1 man out. The next 0-2 misses, and that'll move it to 1-2 now.
Well, it looks like he tried to waste one and get him to chase it. He didn't, but you're still sitting pretty. Now you're 1-2, and you showed him the high fastball.
Ready to deliver the 1-2. And here's a swing and a miss by Kemp as he's a strikeout casualty. 2 away. Here's Brandon Phillips head-to-head against A.J. Ramos. 0 for 5. Here comes the first pitch. Now a swing and a fly ball. And this should do it. Stanton is there. Makes the catch and the ball game is over.
Well, as a former pitcher, you know I love these low-scoring games as opposed to those slugfests. This was like a throwback game when home runs weren't so common and pitching was really dominant. No complaints here.
A 2-0 finish today. Mike Foltynewicz is tagged with the loss despite giving up only 2 unearned runs. So that'll just